know, we're about 2 weeks. We're about 2 weeks too late for this, right? But what's the best gig you were ever at?
Oh
Best
shit.
gig.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The best gig. Or you could give me your worst gig.
Can I
I mean,
can I count a festival as part of this?
no, that's shit.
Oh, that's one of the best act from festival I ever saw.
Well, you can give me the best act from a festival. I wasn't going to allow you to just the whole festival is the best concert. It's just fucking easy out.
Yeah, easy then. Green Day, Reading Festival, 2004, 2005.
2004, so they'd only been in about fucking 15 years by that stage.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the American Idiot.
I was just going to ask which
Yeah.
era of Green Day was it?
American Idiot, and it was absolutely incredible.
No, but it was Green Day though.
Yeah, hour and a half of Green Day's greatest hits and American Idiot.
So Basket Case and Bit of Time of Your Life and American Idiot. Is that really less than an hour and a half?
I mean, American Idiot, the album.
The whole album and two other songs, amazing.
Warning and Minority and most of Incredible Super Hits.
I don't know.
Super Hits, whatever they called it.
I've never been a huge Green Day fan. I mean, I was around when Basket Case and all hit the first time, and that was great. Yeah. But could I elevate it over some of the later tragedies like Sum 41 and all that kind of stuff? I don't know. Realistically, you know, I suppose Basket Case is a great tune, but if anybody not from my youth is this and that, I don't think it holds up as much.
I still listen to Green Day to this day, so.
Dookie! I don't know. Green Day, all-time greatest concert, though?
Yeah, pretty much. It was absolutely incredible.
Oh, no other ones even come close, no?
McBusted?
McBusted? Yeah, that sounds
McBusted was absolutely brilliant fun.
Very much maligned.
Yeah.
But I quite like McBusted.
Proper cheesy, just having a laugh.
I actually think I like McFly more than the Busted.
Yeah, I think I did as well, to be fair.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
I thought that was a controversial one.
More of a McFly fan.
Yeah, but better songwriters, you know. Although I would say the best song by either band.
Year 3000.
What the fuck are you talking about? Insane. Actually, 3AM is a property.
3AM is a tune, yeah.
It's a property great tune. Even better than Stargirl, which I know. Stargirl's a tune and a half, but yeah, shit. Dan's just thinking of disconnecting here. This is really bad. Look at this. This the man's lost the washer out of his fucking
no,
his paper. Oh,
my favourite tanks. So I'm back onto secondary tanks now, which you can just see in there. My favourite tank.
One hand.
It's still leaking. As I was going to give it one of its sort of twice weekly or so clear outs. I unscrewed the base, and then I took out the resistance unit, and then I pushed out the connector that connects it to the battery, and I only realised after I tried to put it back in that I must have pushed out a washer because the connector's far too loose and doesn't quite work now and leaks, and I'm going to have to go fishing around on the floor on Saturday morning and it'd probably be worth it because this is my favourite tank. It produces a lot more vapour.
Has it got the variable airflow on it, is it?
It does have variable airflow, and that's the only variable airflow one I've got.
Yeah, so that's the reason I bought a new one today. So.
Yeah. Oh, they're much better flavour, better vape. Totally worth it. So yeah, I'm back on these, but you know, it's still doing the job, and I was using these. I've only had that maybe a fortnight now, so yeah. So I'm all right. I'm surviving.
What were you for gigs, Dan?
Well, I mean, those of you who know me, you two do, and I'm sure our listener does as well. No, I'm not much of a music person. And I've not been to many gigs, but talking about the best gig, now I don't remember a second of this gig except for the fact that it was fucking awesome. But my friend dragged me to De La Soul back in 2002, 2003.
I don't do music, but when I do music.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I've heard of them. You know, I mean, the only song that I could have named then and could name now is Me, Myself, and I. Is that it?
What about Free the Magic Number?
Oh, yes, of course, yes, I know that one. And so we went up there, and it was up in Victoria Park, so we just walked up there. And we bumped into some other people who were there as well, obviously, all the students on their summer break. And, you know, it was great, and they got in and they started, and it was like the fucking bass coming out of these speakers. It was just like, and it was outdoors, and it was just like boom, 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 making the whole of Victoria Park shake. And the guy kept going, turn it up, and I was like, holy shit, how can you turn it up louder? Oh my god! And then they eventually started doing it, and it's like, you know, talking to the crowd, sort of bit of interaction. Come on, wave your hands in the air, jump up and down. Ladies, if you've got your nails done, shake them in the air, that sort of stuff. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome, and he got everyone going. And like I said, I don't really remember any more than 5 seconds of it continuously, except for the fact that it was fucking brilliant. It was a great hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Really great fun.
Awesome. Just had never had you pictured as a heavy metal and De La Soul fan. I mean, that's
I know. I like a bit of One Direction as well, but I'll never go see them in concert.
Well,
never.
It's doubtful. It's doubtful.
Nothing to do the fucking.
I mean, come on, I'd look a bit creepy, wouldn't I?
Not when they come back in 30 years and.
All right, maybe then. Maybe
then he'd be Tommy queuing up for fucking tickets. Zen! Can you name me the members of One Direction down there as a question for you?
That's a good question. I can name you Harry Styles, and that's it.
Right, that's it. That's the only one.
That's it. Yeah, that's the only one. I know there are 4 of them, but
I thought there were 5.
There are 5. Yeah.
Is
Do
it
you
one
really
of
go
them
to
live?
quizzes on Wednesday? Is this a thing that actually still happens to you, Dan?
yeah, sometimes. I mean, most everyone's moved away now, but I'll occasionally go on my own, and Chris will occasionally come back. He doesn't live too far away, but not so close that he can go every week. But he'll come down sometimes. So
And
yeah, I mean,
obviously.
No, well, we're strong on things like science, literature. Chris knows everything about sport, but popular entertainment is a weak spot for both of us, frankly, and always has been.
We have been trying. Hardly in the soul.
I know.
Trevor the music, Trevor the movies. Forrest Gump out of you, that was great. So as long as Forrest Gump comes up,
Dan always was silent during those sections. You're never entirely sure whether or not he's paying attention.
Oh, I don't know. Best gig I was ever at, you'll not believe, was George Michael.
Wow.
Fair enough.
That's
actually someone I wouldn't mind to see live, to be fair.
I've dragged to it. Fucking terrible. I thought this is the worst. My wife, super fan, reliving the 80s, all that bollocks. I was dragged to it, and it was fucking amazing. God damn it, I hated myself afterwards, but I was like, that was really properly amazing. Been in many good concerts, but that was the best.
So, like me, you weren't really expecting it, and you were kind of dragged along.
Yeah,
it was great fun.
Oh god, it was. Yeah, I even stood for the first 45 minutes queuing for a fucking shit beer. Which by the time I got it, I was like, I don't even fucking want this. It's gonna be horrible. Yeah, well, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
I could have done 2 for 1, I suppose, wouldn't you think? But if I could sell the beer,
wait, Chris,
do the thing.
Chris, when was this?
6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe.
6-7 years ago. Was it in Northern Ireland?
It was. It's the only concert he's ever done in Northern Ireland.
Okay. Because about
rabid for him. Fucking hell.
Yes, no, I remember this now. You mentioned it. About summer of 2007, I, through a colleague at work, was offered some free tickets to George Michael, and a bunch of girls were going. And they said, "Do you want to come along, Daniel?" Probably just because I'd overheard the conversation, not because they wanted me there. But
that was really good. God, he could have. It's like he just went.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the parents of the girl that I really fancied were going as well, so I thought it might be a little bit silly.
Fuck, you could have got off with the ma and the daughter at the same time. Got the father drunk.
Could have got the dad drunk, yeah.
Could have got the dad drunk, and then actually, what would happen? You get off with the dad. Oh shit!
I know.
That'd been pretty suitable for a George Michael gig, though. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I turned it down. Anyway.
Why did you turn it down? Come on.
Disgraceful.
It was a girl.
Because I felt a little bit awkward. Yeah.
Which part did you feel awkward about?
Possibly, I think more the way it was a group thing.
Right.
That's what turned me off.
So you wanted alone time with the lady.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Alone time. Hello, lady. Yeah.
She didn't fancy me back, so...
Did she not?
No.
She moved to Leeds or something?
I think she's still in London, but, she didn't...
Oh, dear.
I don't really see her anymore.
Oh.
She didn't see Naked Downtime? Oh, damn.
No.
It's really a good thing, though, to be fair.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's only got good memories of you. That's
Yeah.
great. I don't know. Naked Time ruins everything. Anywho. What have you been doing for the past 2 weeks, Dan? Tell me. 'Cause
Me
I-
personally,
yes.
not an awful lot. Busy at work, sort of come home and I'm just sitting tired and I look at come home, watch a bit of Netflix.
What are you watching on Netflix?
So still on Lilyhammer. Yeah,
Ah.
good. I'm sort of seeing a direction. It is sort of a dark comedy,
Mm.
gangster elements. It's that's it really. It's kind of it's moving along. It's still got these kind of strange tropes. Yes, Johnny Henriksen. He massively fits this gangster stereotype, and it's do you know what? It's very clearly a wig that he wears as well. You can see someone's professionally gone and attached it to his forehead, but a wig is a wig. It's all right. It moves along. It does like each series. I can't believe I'm only halfway through series 2. To be honest, I could have thought it's moved along so fast. Series 1, there was like one main sort of bad guy or
Mhm.
antagonist, and that moved through to the end of the series. Whereas in series 2, it's very much a couple of episodes with some bad guys. They come into town, they fuck around. Johnny deals with them, and they're out, they're off. He gets back at them or whatever. And this is happening for about the third time now. They've got a new police chief. The old one I never explained it, but she's now an author and she writes fiction or something like that. But they've got a new badass police chief, and he's going along dealing with his things, and he's still the outcast there. The Norwegians are still very strange, but it's more watchable than it was.
Oh dear, I've been mainlining. Well, I just did mainline the whole first Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah, I watched about 20 minutes of that.
I watched about 4 episodes. What a waste of time that was.
It gets really good.
Really?
It does. I mean, it's still a bit low rent.
It couldn't have got much worse. So
Oh Jesus! I mean, the casting's pretty awful.
the acting
But
is
it
plastic.
does have one of the prettiest girls in the entire world in it, which for me took me through about 12 episodes until it got good. That was me. I was shallow. I was going. Every time she came on, she looks about 12, but she's so pretty. So yeah, it gets really good. I mean, I'm a fan, right? But my wife is a super fan of it. I mean, holy shit, she is like rabid for fucking like fuck sleep. We are watching another episode of this, and I was like, it's not that good. Like, I mean, I could see her shooting daggers at me. Do you know with Netflix when you can rate stuff afterwards? I usually just put it because you kind of know what's going to feed into, if you rate it and whatever. I give it 4 stars out of 5. I could see the daggers looking sideways at me going, what do you mean 4? What do you mean 4? But what's really nice about it is how it ties in with the Captain America movie. I mean, just like,
because the character is there, isn't he? What's his name? The
Coulson is the main
Coulson,
guy from
that's it,
from the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So the whole storyline threads really neatly into the Captain America movie, and then continued on from the events of that, which was nice. But we'd already seen the Captain America movie, which was also quite nice. If I'd have seen it the other way around, I'd have been a bit pissed off and kind of went, "Oh, well, this guy kind of know what happens." So that happens, and it'll be interesting because I'm sure it'll pretty much run into the new Avengers movie as well. I'm sure that's all set up.
Yeah.
They'll have that mapped out. But yeah, it's kind of the rant, kind of a bit whatever. But I really enjoyed it as superhero. Do you know what? It actually is very little of actually superheroes, which I also think is quite good. I thought it was going to be like superhero of the week, but it's not, and there's very few freaks or whatever in those storylines, which is really really cool. I think I thought it was going to be a bit like superhero of the week. Look at this guy, superpower, he can fucking shoot fire. Wow.
and it just happens to be the superpower that they need to save the world.
It is just this one guy. If only any other time, it's a bit like was it Bertha years ago? Anybody remember the TV show Bertha? Or you watched TV?
Oh, the factory machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every episode of Bertha used to go, fucking hell. Well, not without the swearing, obviously. It's go, if only with a brush. If only we had a brush, we'd be able to do all this fucking stuff in this place. We'd have this place sorted. All we've got is this crap load of stuff in the corner. And 5 minutes of the episode, the episode was going to last about 6 or 7 minutes. So the first 5 minutes of the episode were them bouncing around going, God damn it, without a brush. Oh, brush. And then the last 2 minutes are, God, if we just throw all this stuff, maybe Bertha will sort us out. And Bertha does her and I pops the brush and go, Jesus and Bertha Burnett, she's the best, and then sing the song, and that's the way it goes.
Is it MacGyver for kids, is it?
It was MacGyver for Kids. It's exactly what it was. Exactly the same thing, or a bit like the fucking A-Team when they lock themselves in the fucking garage thing,
Well, that's
and then they
amazing,
used to produce
Slider
the
or
most amazing. Yeah, exactly, absolutely amazing. Have you tried to watch the A-Team? By the way, totally unwatchable these days. It just suspension of disbelief. I don't know whether that's the thing that's gone, but holy shit, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
But do Google A-Team drinking game. It can be a lot more fun if you're drinking because you
Isn't
drink
everything?
at each predictable. Well, yeah, of course. But you drink at each very predictable event, and so if you've got a couple
smashed
sitting
off
around on the sofa.
Absolutely smashed after 20 minutes. Amazing. But for the other, you never got to see the fucking tank being built. Holy crap. And then loads of people, instead of dying, they just jumped out of the way of the explosions. It was awesome. Jesus. Unbelievable. So, playing a game stuff?
Yeah, a couple. I've not really got
Yes,
into anything. I know I said a word. Just like always, I've not got into Stalker properly. I cleared up the Dragonborn main mission on Skyrim, so I've done that. I still want to go back and clear some bits off, but Skyrim's starting to fade away now. I'm thinking.
What?
A lot of time.
What?
I know.
Just in time for
Install
Fallout
some
4.
mods. Install some mods.
Awesome.
Yeah, I could get a few more mods in or something like that.
Have you ever done Fallout 3, to be fair?
No, I haven't. I restarted it and I got to what's the city with the bomb in it?
Megaton.
Megaton. Got there and I just stopped. So maybe I should get back into that again.
Oh, you should do Fallout. I mean, since you've done Skyrim to death, you'll not be that out of place when they play something like that. Yeah.
But recently, I've had a little crack at. Spent half an hour playing Saints Row the Third again the other day.
Really? It's hard to believe.
Yeah. Just wanted to cause a bit of trouble.
Laura Bailey watch.
Laura Bailey watch. Oh, she's hot. And a bit of Papers, Please yesterday,
Do you know
which I lauded very highly. Have you never played it? It's all right.
Well, I've played it quite a bit.
I have.
I've played it up to day. I want to say 17, but maybe it doesn't go on that long, does it?
I think it can. I think it's
I think
30.
it does. I think I was going to say 30. About 17 or 18 is what I feel that I've played up to, and I can only play it in short spots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can only do a couple of days in a row before I start going. Fuck, I could be doing something else right now. I mean, this is fun and all, but it's samey.
It feels too much like a job.
It does feel a bit
does.
like a job. You don't want to devote that much time to it. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. Some of the things that happen, I was totally unaware that I could totally not do the things that I could not do my job. This is the bit that really, I was such a stickler for rules and all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
was totally unaware that I
Yeah.
could just decide to let people through or not let, just out
Yeah.
of madness.
Like yesterday, there's one, and I think it was in the alpha from the beta, where a guy comes in and he's got all his correct papers, and he says, "Please be kind to my wife. She's right behind me, and she doesn't have the correct papers." And what you're supposed to do is reject her. But I let her through, and it was my first mistake of the day, so it was a warning. I didn't get an actual fine. And I got a little coin. She said, "Oh, thank you very much." And she put like a bribe or something, I suppose, in there. It was only one coin, but I got an achievement with that coin. And all the achievements are coins from different countries. So if you're looking for achievements, you need to be letting people through, and they will bribe you with coins from each country to get the achievements. You just don't know where they're
You're
going
speaking
to.
my language. You're speaking my
Yeah.
language.
So you want to be looking for those coins. Yeah.
I was making decisions on whether I should let them into the country when actually it's all linked to achievements. Fuck, I'm so into that. Oh, I don't know. Papers, Please. That's a good game. I'm just gonna have to finish it. And see, every time I start to play it, I think about Ant when he played it, and he mainlined it, and he produced the little fucking cheat sheets and all that stuff for the other monitor. So I was like, every time I think I get to the stage where it gets that complex, I go, that's complete bullshit. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, because what I'd like on my second monitor is maybe a sheet with just a list of all the issuing cities.
Well, that's what he had, yeah.
Places that are valid,
What
so I
matches
can just
watch.
glance at it rather than have to flick through, because then you can do it more quickly.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
time is important.
Most people have porn in their second monitor or something like that, But no, if you want to have all Asian cities, and that's fine. That's as good. That's as good. Plus, you get to see people in nutty anyway in Papers, Please.
You do, yes.
If they're male or female.
pretty fucking pixelated, but you do get to see him.
I mean, it's right up there with Sam Fox and strip poker, as Mr. Shatner used to say. Yeah, really sand-colored tits. Yeah, that's what it says, yeah. It was all good. But is that all the games you played?
Mm.
A wee bit of nothing new by Laura Bailey. Did you follow her?
Sorry. I do follow her on Twitter now. Yes. Yes. She hasn't called the police on me or anything like that. But I see a couple of tweets by her.
You're buried in amongst another 20,000 people, Dan.
And all the other 28,000 people, yeah. She'd never notice me. But it's okay. No, I cannot think of any other games, Chris. Apologies. If I have, it's because they're so crap. They must have searched them.
Worse than Saints Row the Third? I find that hard to believe.
No, I know.
Oh.
No, you don't insult Saints Row the Third.
I'm not really. I'm only trying to get a reaction out of you. Something desperately emotive. I want you to swear that you hate my children or something like that. You're going to eat my children.
Your kids will fucking love Saints Row the Third when they're old enough to play it.
Yeah, damn right. Yeah, once they get over this whole boyfriend phase at 5 and 7. What the fuck is that about? Honest to God. What about you? Yeah, Rich. I think we've all been doing the same little merry dance.
We have, yeah. I went out last week and bought myself a 3DS XL.
Yeah, so did I.
Because once the new model came out, the rest of them dropped in price.
No, I got one of the new. I got
one of the older ones because it was about 60 quid cheaper.
Yeah, but that was a good move. But
Yeah.
I get a nub. I get a nipple.
You get a nub. You get a nub. And you get to put your little amiibos on the.
Yeah, I haven't bought any yet.
Yet.
Yeah, I keep on eyeing them up, going, "Oh, man, it's only a tenner." But then I get caught in this trap of which one do you buy first, and then the buyer's choice is all over me.
And then you realise there's 20 other them.
Yeah, it actually self-regulates itself. It makes its decision for you. Like, I'm not going to buy any of these because I can't decide on one. So fuck it. I only want to buy one. In fact, have you seen Matt Lees' song, The Amiibos?
Not yet, no.
Oh, it's fantastic. I might make that the end music this week. It's really, really fun. It's only about 30 seconds long, but yeah, it's great.
Fair enough.
His journey to Amiibos. Yeah, so your 3DXL. Now, I've only ever owned a regular size one.
Yeah. Well, see, before I owned a DS Lite, was the first one I owned.
That's as did I.
About 6 months. Excuse me. And I had like Zelda on it and Elite Beat Agents, which I still think is one of the greatest touchscreen games I've ever played.
Did you get bad hand cramps playing on a device that small?
I did on the DS Lite. On the XL, it's absolutely fine.
I still get hand cramps, but
I think that's because I'm used to playing on a Vita, and having played on a Vita without the grips.
Yeah.
And your hands being sort of pinched in, and yeah, being able to just lean the console back and rest it on your fingers and just use your thumbs.
True. I mean, the XL is definitely easier, but I think that the cramps that I'm getting at the moment are more to do with the game that I'm playing rather than necessarily being a product of things too small. Because in an ordinary 3DS or something, I used to get that whole thing where your hands would just seize up after a while, being so small. So that's one of the reasons that I upgraded, was that I thought, right, I'll get something a bit bigger. Plus new shiny.
New shiny. Indeed.
Yeah.
But I got it with Pokemon X and Mario Golf, which is absolutely incredibly good fun. Proper arcade style, fun, pick up and play, do a round in 10 minutes, loads of little challenges, and
I nearly picked it up myself.
5,000 things to unlock.
So let's call it Super Smash Brothers then, or something along those lines. Because I have that as well. I didn't actually get.
I haven't got Smash Brothers yet.
I don't know.
I kind of want it, but I don't think I'd get on playing it on such a small.
That's surprisingly okay on the system. I thought it was going to be very ropey, playing the system, but I just don't know. I'm not a big Smash Brothers fan, but I'll go on and play like 5 or 6 games in a row, and then close it over and play something else, and do that kind of stuff. But Pokemon,
yeah,
I played the demo of Alpha Ruby.
Alpha Sapphire, Mega
Ruby, yeah. Hence, I think it's the one demo, I think, rather than.
It's a special demo, isn't it? It's nothing to do with the actual game. It's all
separate. It's like a little scenario, so to speak.
To show off the new feature, isn't it?
Yeah, the Mega Evolution.
Well,
there's one in it. Yeah.
X though is return to the old school. Have fun, level up your Pokemon, collect them. It's what you remember of when you were a kid.
I kind of don't get Pokemon though.
Oh dear.
It's kind of, I don't know. there's just
Because I
there's
only
a
ever had
disconnect.
Pokemon Blue was the only one I ever had,
Hmm.
and I spent hundreds of hours on that. Because the Game Boy would last, the battery that would last you 20,
Yeah.
30, 40 hours, so you
It
could
just
sit
work
there
away.
and just play it and not worry about it. And
I
yeah,
don't know.
countless hours, and Pokemon X has brought it all back to me.
So it's basically a game where you fight, and there's four. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but there's four main types or elements.
Oh,
Things.
there's
Grass.
tons now.
Oh, is there?
Now, I don't know how many Pokemon there and how many elements or anything like that, but you got the fire, water, grass.
So it's like a rock paper scissors
fairy,
kind of thing, isn't it?
ghost,
You know,
steel, iron, electric.
if you want to beat
knows how
fire,
many.
you use a water Pokemon. If
Yeah,
you want to
dark
beat,
Pokemon, there's light
Yeah.
Pokemon as well, and
so it's that kind of idea of
yeah,
combat. And
it's working out what beats what and what's good
Yeah.
and what. And some of the Pokemon have different types of attacks. So you might have a fire Pokemon who's got a dark attack and an electricity attack or something. So you're not necessarily just constantly swapping them out trying to get the best match. That is a lot more strategy to it than it used to have.
Well, that could be quite interesting because every time I play it, and you know, I've rented one before and thought I'll give this a really go and get about 5 hours in, and was like, this kind of feels hollow to me. Like I'm missing something because obviously people get an awful lot more out of it, and I know I have a terrible tendency when games are getting introduced of like watching fucking EastEnders or something and thumbing through the next button. Like you would never watch EastEnders in a fucking month of Sundays, but that one instance where you need to be just following along exactly what's happening up. Just they're trying to explain the systems to you. I'm going, fuck, is he still in EastEnders? I can't believe he's still in that. Believe me, I just stumble through. So I was
What you need.
it's probably my fault, you know, rather than anything else. But I also
The
feel
thing
like
is,
I'm missing something.
For
Yeah.
me, Pokemon's been the perfect game to play whilst I'm watching something
Yeah.
and being able to look away from it. 'Cause it's not real time or anything like that, so you're not having to worry about keeping your eye on the screen all the time. If you want to look away for 5 seconds to watch something, you can do. You're not going to miss
Yeah.
anything. So it's been perfect, and that's the main reason I bought the console. To be fair, it's something to do while I'm watching telly or sitting in bed or on the bus or something like that. Just to kill 20 minutes each time, and it's so far what I've played on it's been absolutely perfect for that. Perfect little pick up and play for 20 minutes, close the lid, come back to it later. That was until the last game I bought anyway.
What was the last game you bought?
Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah, I bought that as well.
Yeah, I've played about an hour and a half of it so far. I think I've just about finished the tutorial.
Yeah, I'm a bit further than that now, I have to say. Yeah, I kind of...
How many
I
hours?
don't know. Have you played any of the Monster Hunters before?
No, this was the first one.
See, I played 3, and then I played 3 in the Wii, and then I played 3 Ultimate on the Wii U, and I played a bit of the 3DS version of 3, and now I'm playing 4. So I'm not a complete nub, and I always generally get the same stage. I get past the introductory quests, and then the fighting monsters proper.
Yep.
And at that point, it falls down on me. And I managed to push through that this time, but I'm still stuck in the same rut of every time I go on to turn and play it, I feel like I'm turning on for an endurance.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna be fighting this monster, and you're gonna chase it around this fucking map for God knows
You
how
play
many
for an hour or 2 hours, and it's
thing. And I know it's supposed to be pick up and play quite quickly, but it's probably because I'm just shit. It's probably just because I'm really terrible. But I end up chasing these monsters up, down, all around the place, and I am enjoying it much more this time than I was before because I found myself going looking for elements to collect. You know, going out of my way to connect the elements so that I can combine the elements and see what it brings me, and see what recipes I can put together. This is the first time I've ever done that, without doubt. But the monster battles are still quite tough. There are 2 in the next set of quests. So the introductory quests are all 1-star quests and Monster Hunter 4.
yeah, there's a Caravanese quest.
The Cavalier quest, yes, exactly right. So then 2-star quests open up, and most of them are quite straightforward. In fact, very straightforward. There are 2 monsters you got to fight. You got to fight the Great Jaggy and Celtis, and both are reasonably lengthy. It's on your own. Now, I haven't done any multiplayer with anybody. The promise is there. There's quite a large community
There's
of people.
quite a few of us who've got it now, isn't there? So
There are a lot of people playing Monster Hunter 4.
I think everyone on my friends list has it now. So
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? But and I'm rocking the biggest fucking axe you can possibly.
I'm right. The first thing the first sort of bit of combat I got into, I picked my guy had a massive sword, And I
Hmm.
thought, this is Dark Souls.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Dark Souls combat. This is having to time my attacks, having to be careful and not just swing wildly. And
Yeah, you've got to bide your time because it's very easy to not get lined up or whatever and miss stab, and that's
yeah,
your attack animation for the next fucking 25 seconds. Done. You know, you're done with that regard. That's actually a point. If you're playing on the original 3DS XL,
yep,
then you're using the left bumper to focus your attack then every time, or to change
to change what I'm aiming at. Yeah,
your aiming at all the time.
yep. And then the
Um,
D-pad to change the camera manually and stuff like that. I
I
could
don't.
get the Circle Pad Pro.
Yeah,
So that I can do that,
that
but
seems a bit large. I will say
I'm
this
gonna wait
actually.
to see how if I get into it properly before I invest any more. So,
I actually don't find that I'm using the C stick in combat. If you know what I mean, the second stick very much in combat. I'm using the left bumper still.
Yeah.
To align myself up. I'm very small, minor adjustments. Yes, I'm using the C stick, and it is becoming more under the thumb. But I'm still more predominantly using that left bumper to turn and focus, and then go from there. Because you want to do that and then strike.
Yeah.
You know, if you can get yourself in close or in getting to a point where you can strike, you make that your focus and then go for it.
Yeah.
But I started doing a couple of the expeditions, which I'm pretty sure weren't in the other games, where they would take you off the main map so early, because you've got that one map that you're going to keep running around in forever and ever and ever. But the expeditions take you off world to
Yeah.
new maps. So I've done a couple of those missions now. And in many of those cases, they're like research finding missions, so you don't actually have to kill the monster. You can hit it until it drops, like, I don't know, it must be a fucking tooth or an eye or something, and then it'll record and give you the value for discovering that monster and where its feeding ground is and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can go back again and then hunt it again. So those have been quite interesting because of the fact that I don't have to kill necessarily. If I'm not quite up to killing, and neither of the two monsters I have been able to kill, they've gotten away, and I haven't known them up, or I haven't been able to orient myself to know what was front, what was back, and then I've been taken through the last section, and I could leave, and I just went, fuck it, I'll leave, with what I've got, and then I'll come back and do all those kind of bits and bobs. But they've been interesting because straight off the bat, I've been given new environments to explore and new things to do, rather than just, trotting around the same map and whatever. So I am quite liking it. I just will at home my thing. Part of the other thing is I've been sick as a dog for a week solid. So sick, and I can't really concentrate on anything. I have enough concentration for maybe a 35-minute, 40-minute game of Isaac, and then that's me. I've just been going to sleep mainly after that, which has been good because I've been off a week, but a pretty shitty use of a week off as well. I haven't been really concentrating on anything else. So I wonder if the byproduct of my kind of falling off the Monster Hunter thing a wee bit is the fact that every time I planned to pick up, I just couldn't concentrate. I just need to sleep or whatever, and to get myself back and going. But I don't know. Anything else you want to say about it, Rich?
I'm not far enough into it yet to really sort of give any sort of proper comments, but it's fun from what I've played so far. I can see why people enjoy it. I can see why it has such a big following that it has. But I say I need to sink more hours into it. I need to have a look at what the multiplayer's like and sort of what that adds to the game. So at the moment, I'll reserve judgment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the multiplayer works, because obviously we'll have to do it through Skype and all that kind of stuff. But it is nice that the friends list is built into the main screen, which I think is quite good. Somebody had said that happened before. I hadn't noticed.
That's the first I've seen of it so far on any of the games I've played. So
apparently it will show online.
Pokemon does show you your friends if they're online and playing Pokemon.
Right. Well, this one won't show them as online until you go looking for a party, which is a bit weird.
All right. So I've seen the friends list pop up. So
yeah, Bell account. So I mean, that should be really handy for going and doing your adventuring and all that kind of stuff, which would be good. I mean, with the amount of people that are playing this, we should be fucking quids in,
There's always be someone playing it. In fact, I think a certain man's playing it at the moment, from what I just checked.
Yeah. So that's that. The other thing I'll say about the new 3DS is that 3DS or the 3D is fucking fantastic on the new 3.
Yeah.
New
See, I'm
3DS.
having no problems with it because I played the original 3DS, I think it was, when it first came out, and I had to turn the 3D off after about 2 minutes because it was hurting my eyes.
yeah, I just couldn't get it to focus. Every time I switched my head ever so slightly, it was gone.
But I've not had that problem with the XL actually. I'd say I don't move around with it a lot, but I can keep it in
No.
a comfortable position and viewing angles, and it's enough that it's not a problem.
Let's see, and the new one, the head tracking, so
Yeah.
it always finds the position of your head and where you're looking. So it'll always readjust the 3D for it. And I have to say, I haven't turned it off
Mm.
since I've had it on because it's been
I've turned
so
it off for
strong.
a couple of games.
So it works better in some games than other ones. It works really well in Monster Hunter.
It works brilliantly well in Pokemon as well.
But does it?
Yeah, for the battle screens and everything else, you get that perception of the depth between the two Pokemon and what's happening. So
Good stuff. So that's quite good because I've got that, and then I had to fucking I don't know. You didn't do a transfer, did you?
no.
Mine didn't work.
Oh,
Mine didn't work. I moved a couple of things, but everything has to be re-downloaded.
that
Which
look on your
wasn't-
face is everything.
Well, it wasn't a terrible thing. I mean, the only game that I really lost progress on that I was playing was Pool Blocks, which is awesome. But I didn't mind going back and starting that again. But I'm glad I wasn't actively playing Fire Emblem or anything like that. It didn't transfer, and I think I know where. When it was done during the stage process, it has. Are you going? Is the transfer on a SD or micro SD card?
Yeah,
And I couldn't work out whether it meant from a micro SD card
or
or
two.
to. And I couldn't cancel the fucking thing. I couldn't go back to the previous thing to see if it gave me a clue in the previous page or whether it just missed it or whatever. So I had to pick one, and I think that's where it balls
You
up.
picked the wrong one, and
I picked the wrong one, and it's only transferred a couple of bits and bobs of it. Because everybody else has seemed to go fine.
yeah, I've not seen anyone sort of complain that theirs hadn't worked or anything. So
That's the only place I could think that I messed up on, because there's nothing else to it. I mean, it's for the air and whatever. But it was fairly straightforward aside from that. I managed to re-download all my old Ambassador games. So all those GBA games and all
Yeah.
are there, and oh god, trying to play Mega Man 1 again. Oh,
Oh,
hell.
Christ, yeah.
Jesus,
I played Mega Man 6, I think, the other week,
Sure.
and no, can't do it anymore.
It's really hard. I know there's save states and stuff in the game that make it an awful lot easier, but I just haven't got that patience anymore. It's just not there.
The one thing that's annoying me though about the 3DS XL is I had a Wii U for a while,
Mhm.
and I bought games like Link to the Past,
Yeah,
Excite Bike, and all these classic SNES games. Yeah, I wish I'd kept it as well, but needs
Yeah.
must.
I had to rebuy it. Sorry.
I'm very tempted to at the moment. I really shouldn't. But
It's a great little console, and I have to say I'm really into it.
myself. But say I had to sell mine, but all those games I bought, none of them are available on the 3DS
I
XL.
know. It's kind of
There's no-
pointless.
there's no
It
SNES
looks
games.
like they're gonna do well. I can't run the SNES games, I think, and the resolution's fucked on it. So the resolution of some SNES games was over and above what the 3DS can do.
Fair enough.
So I think that's what the problem is for that. But yeah, until
you
they
can
get the
do it
unified
fast.
account out. Majora's Mask, I know. Well, I could get Majora's Mask, but you know what? It's not a Zelda game, and you know what? There is about a Zelda game.
They're all the same.
The fucking same, every single one. 3D ones, 2D ones, they're all exactly the same. I mean, I'm playing.
So, I'll just quickly check. 'Cause there's a new sale on at the moment. There's an Activision and Warner Brothers sale. Angry Birds Star Wars is now only £20.
Still about
£20 too much.
£19.99. Holy shit! I mean, the sales aren't great on me. I've got to be honest. And the first-party games do not drop at all. £0. I mean, you're tempted to pick up games
Well, the Lego games.
£30.
Yeah, the Lego games all seem to be half price, except for Batman 3.
Yeah, I've got them all.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like Lego games. Apart from the no online multiplayer, I would play them a lot more if there was online multiplayer. It would make them more
Would make
fun.
sense, wouldn't it? Nice co-op.
Yeah, but they're all local only, and I know why they're local only because they're playing dads and sons and daughters and all that kind of stuff. It's a really good idea, but I like Lego games. I've fond memories of lots of them.
So I want to get myself a nice big deep JRPG for it, and since there's no Final Fantasy games the
On
machine
on the
for
DS.
3DS, yeah.
Oh, you get all the old DS Final Fantasy.
Bravely Default or Fire Emblem.
Oh Jesus! Well, I've only played the demo of Bravely Default,
Yeah.
right? And I quite like it. I really do like it. But Fire Emblem Awakening was outside of Dota, my favorite game last year, or maybe it's that 2 years ago was.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely fucking fantastic.
Fair enough.
It's honestly, I just think but it's less of an RPG and more of a turn-based strategy game.
Right, okay. So I'm thinking
So-
more a Final Fantasy VI type.
There is RPG element, or there are RPG elements on it, but it's not a strict RPG. It's more of a turn-based strategy.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong. It is one of the finest games I've played in many, many years. Up to yourself. I know Alex, good friend, had he bought a whole load of games, and he thinks Fire Emblem's amazing as well. But he's again a strategy gamer as well, so maybe that is not a great recommendation to do from. I don't know. Dan, have you ever owned a handheld?
No, apart from the original Game Boy.
Hmm.
When I was a child.
Tetris.
Yeah, love Tetris. What was it called? Probotector.
Oh
which is
yeah,
the renamed version of Contra.
Contra. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Love that. I was really, really good at that game. And yeah,
Always
doesn't
used to set up.
and another one of my favourites. I had several, but the other one that comes back is Alien 3.
Ah, yes.
I had
I
that. I
remember
never
that.
finished it. It was sort of a weird top-down kind of a thing, strange music. Sort of tried to have cutscenes, but yeah, it was alright once you got into it.
I've been playing that Pokemon Shuffle thing that just came out yesterday as well. Just curiosity, morbid curiosity. Candy Crush done by Nintendo. It's gotta be a winner, right? Yeah. It's dreadful. Dreadful. It's not even pretty enough to be. At least Candy Crush is super, super colourful, and part of that's probably the fact the iPad screen is just a much nicer screen than the 3DS bottom screen could ever be. I mean, the colours do not jump out of that screen in quite the same way. But yeah, it's pretty dour game. It's completely pay to win. I mean, you get hearts, which are basically the number of battles that you can take place. And once your heart goes out, you have to wait until the time passes, and you can get more hearts.
Oh dear.
Plus, like, what's the number one thing? I don't know. I'll ask this from Dan. You haven't played Pokemon game, obviously, Dan.
Nope.
If there's one thing about Pokemon games that people play them for, what is it you've heard that they want to play them for?
Sort of collectibles.
So
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, you can collect the monsters, but you can pay to give yourself a better chance of collecting the monsters. And they're pretty egregious about the fact that if you don't catch it in first go, would you like to buy a great ball to give yourself a better chance before this Pokemon gets away? Would you?
No,
Would-
don't.
would
That's
you
a
sell-
little
Would you?
venal, I think.
Would you sell? It's only £2.50. Ah, Jesus, pretty egregious. I've got to be honest. I think I might be done playing it already. I have very little time and energy for those type of games, as
Yeah.
they are. I do laugh at some people when they turn around and say, "Oh fuck, do you know what game I'm really good at though?" What? Candy Crush. Fucking really good at that game. But that game is fixed so that you can't be good at it. That one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the game
really
that
good
lets
at
you
that one.
progress when you've pumped enough money into it or you've waited long enough.
Oh, I've waited long enough. Absolutely right. Yeah, some people are really good at that game. I'm such a snobby bastard. Sorry. I mean, my sister's done the 550 levels of Candy Crush, every single fucking one of them, and swears she hasn't put a penny in. Lying.
But everyone says that, though.
Yeah. There's no way she could be that heavily invested and never put 20p in. Never happened. I don't know. But aside from that, that's been pretty much all I've been playing. I've been playing a wee bit of Shadows in Mordor. I don't know. Struggling for something else to play, I think, more than anything else.
I love that game.
Really?
Yeah,
It's good, but I don't know.
I loved it enough to mainline it in like 3 or 4 days, which is something I don't really do with games anymore.
Again, I think it's more to do with my state of mind and my lack of being able to focus on anything for very
Yeah.
long. That's caused me problems with any game, I think, at the moment. That's not... Like, I've only had one game of Dota in a week. Holy crap. That's crazy. Yeah, the other thing that's happening in the video game world, of course, is my best friend and yours, Mr. Molyneux's coming out for a bit of flack.
Oh, now I heard something
I haven't
about
actually
this.
read the review.
Have you not read
Well,
the?
review the
So
interview, sorry.
there was
Yeah,
an
'cause I
interview.
went to go and have a look at it, and it had been taken down momentarily. So and I never bothered going back. Apparently, it did get put back up pretty much straight away. But
So yeah, I mean, it could hit pretty hard with traffic. The review or the interview you're probably talking about was by Rock Paper Shotgun.
yes, is it John Walker? Was it?
I can't remember who it was that did it. You could be right. You could be right. I did read it though. The guy who did the review has been savaged a bit for how heavy-handed he was with Mr. Molyneux. I mean, his first question in the interview was, Peter, are you a pathological liar?
Fucking
Yes, he is.
snap, son.
I mean, it get heavier than that, to be honest.
Actually, to be fair, I was kind of a bit harsh on him. He's not a pathological liar. He just can never fulfill the promises he makes.
Oh, I don't know. My feelings on the man are well founded. Even though I early accessed Goddess, but at least when I early accessed Goddess, I knew what I was buying. I did not kickstart it on other promises. I was happy enough with what I was buying in that case. But there are things that he's done that I still don't think people have pulled him up on. That whole curiosity bullshit. Remember the game Curiosity?
That was just crowdfunding. Yeah, I played that for a bit when it worked anyway, because 95% of the time you couldn't connect to the server anyway.
Servers went down. So I would like to know how much money he made off Curiosity.
Did he ever sell? Because they had the super pickaxe or whatever it was.
They did all those microtransactions. I would like to know what he made off that.
Yeah, but that's the one that was £75,000.
Yeah, so
Did anyone buy it?
I want to know what he made off that, because he sold a lie there. Whether it was intentional or not, he did not fulfill on he did not make good on what he said he would do for that whole game. There was no other game to that other than a promise of the victor will have a prize.
Will have their life changed.
Will have their life changed.
Promise, wasn't it?
That never happened to that man. They did not fulfill that. So that whole thing was an unscrupulous lie that is tantamount to fraud. Like I don't know how other way to put that. If you tell people they're going to win a prize and they don't win a prize at the end of it, commensurate certainly with what you were talking about, then that's fraud. You can't sell something for stuff for stupid amounts of money and then
But
just
is there any sort of law to prevent them from saying if it's something that's crowdfunded?
But that
I imagine there's something in the contract and the terms and conditions that say that you only get these prizes if the game raises so much money.
But that was the difference. I mean, Goddess was crowdfunded, but Curiosity was a transaction to get more clicks.
But that was part of the crowdfunding for Goddess, though.
But we didn't know that. We didn't know that at the time. I mean, when Curiosity was released,
there was something. Because whenever you open up the app, there was a bit that said that this is a product that is used to fund something else, basically.
Right.
If you spend money on this, you're contributing towards whatever other project.
Whatever it was,
didn't say what it was.
It's. I was quite glad to see him take a bit of flack for it, because I don't think anybody made him answer enough questions for anything that he's done in the past. There was also an equally scathing article, I think it was in The Guardian, on the Saturday, where he suggested he was never going to talk to the press ever again, and subsequently restated that case in another two publications afterwards, which I thought was quite hilarious. But they were very much the same opinion, basically saying, his track record is such that he keeps on selling games to the point where it was Jim Sterling did the whole cycle of basically what he does. He says his last game is shit, and his next game is the best thing since sliced bread, and he keeps on doing this cycle so people buy in and pre-order his next game, and then turn around and goes, "Oh, that was shit, wasn't my fault." Backs completely down off it, and he got very defensive in the Rock Paper Shotgun interview, saying basically, "Is what you want is me never to exist in making games again," and he doesn't deserve to exist. I mean, I'm sorry, someone with as poor a record of delivering the games shouldn't still have a job in the games industry.
So he has made some absolutely cracking games, though. The only problem is he hasn't made one for about 15 years.
Well, he made one of my favourite games of all time. He made Populous. I mean, I fucking love Populous. Absolutely out of this world good, but didn't necessarily make a great deal of promises beforehand. In that case, I certainly wasn't about to hear the humdrums. Fable was one lie after the other. All the Fable games were all
Milo. Don't forget Milo.
I don't really blame him for Milo because I think that was.
It was that a technology issue rather than a.
It was technology, but
But
also
it was
I
a
think,
lie though, wasn't it? Because everything they said that was happening live at that presentation was all
Mm.
pre-recorded.
but I'd say he was probably pressurized into that by Microsoft. I mean, they were more desperate than he was at that stage. I think I maybe naively I give him a bit of a bye ball on that one because I'd say it was Microsoft pushing that. But I mean, everything even since. I mean, Goddess, Clickfest galore. I mean, I didn't really mind it, but it certainly had a shelf life, and it was never finished. I mean, there's still only half a game there. What they said they were going to do with that game never happened. Um, Even if they totally promised them what they were going to do, I probably wouldn't go back and play it anyway. So that's why I can't necessarily say that I'd be too annoyed, even though I bought it with a promise that was going to be. I mean, I got what I got out of that game. I got my 20 hours or whatever of click, 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 and I enjoyed a lot of it at the time. But they never did anything with it. And to be honest, would really be that much worse off if he never got to make another game. Plus the fact that he kickstarted the fucking thing so that he'd be able to keep the IP. He had loads of publisher deals at the time. It was pure greed is the reason that he kickstarted in the first place, and then eventually has signed a publisher deal because he realized he couldn't get enough money to do it. I don't know. That man's career might be finished.
I'm sure he'll pop up somewhere, but he won't be the face of it.
He's going to find it very hard to get a kickstarted project back up unless he can turn this totally around in himself. But I don't see how he gets the groundswell of love that he's had beforehand.
He'll reappear somewhere, but he won't be the front of it, and he'll be stuck in the background being the ideas man.
Nobody else has given a game developer a kicking. Like not only Rock Paper Shotgun, but Guardian give him a right good kicking as well. When the Guardians are giving you kicking,
he'll appear somewhere.
he will do. He will do. I don't know. What do you think, Dan?
Even with his recent indiscretions, he still has too much of a storied history of
He does.
absolute classics. And I imagine he probably owns the IP to a few of them still as well.
But he probably do. Well, you'd imagine so. I mean,
I say he won't have Dungeon Keeper, and he won't have
No,
Theme
it's
Hospital or any of the Theme games. So,
no, all those Bullfrog games are all owned by EA. Now.
but I'm sure he's probably still got a couple somewhere.
He must have. Populous is probably also still EA. To be fair, all those games are probably EA. But Black or White,
Which wasn't a bad game.
yeah, Ant has a tattoo to prove it.
I beta tested it. Well, I beta tested Creature Isle anyway.
Jeez. What do you think, Dan? You ever found any love in Molyneux games?
Not really. I mean, Populous when I was a kid, I had it on the Mega Drive, but I couldn't have said who Peter Molyneux was at the time. I don't really care for him. I wouldn't harm the guy, but I wouldn't buy him a pint.
Oh, he has a bit of a smarm. There's a bit of a smarm.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, enough on that. I could dredge on that guy and kicking that guy for another little while, but to what end? I've said my piece many times on him. Fucking bell end. Anyway, anything else been happening, guys?
No, not really for me.
We've got the
It's
trade
fairly
deadline
dull.
today.
Actually, yeah. There's been some pretty mental trade so far.
There have indeed.
Have a look
We're
at it.
talking basketball here, Dan, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of NBA. They've
Bit of
been
NBA. There has
probably
been
more we've been
some,
on here.
some pretty decent deals. No megastar deals, but enough big
Dragic.
deals. Dragic going to the Heat.
That's what started it as well. Was Goran
Yeah.
Dragic.
Reggie Jackson got the
Michael
Pistons.
Carter Williams.
I thought that was the shock for me, to be
Yeah.
honest.
And now the Bucks are.
Especially
Well,
forgetting
from-
this Isaiah Thomas, isn't it? Who's got
Yeah.
back? I mean, I quite like Isaiah Thomas, but I mean, I don't know. For
The thing is, the Bucks have gone from the worst team in the league to one of the most dangerous in the space of a year.
all on the back. I don't know. I seen the Bucks. I the only NBA. Well, obviously, there's two teams to make a game, but they were my only NBA game I've ever seen live. The Bucks. Michael Redd was playing for them.
I remember Michael Redd, yeah.
A one-man team for them at the time. That's how bad they were as it was. I always thought it was dead
scary now.
funny.
And then Philadelphia have got the first 17 picks of next year. But someone said they got 17 picks in the next draft.
That is ridiculous. I mean, I kind of admire what they're doing. I mean, they're very clear about what they're doing. I don't even think they're being a bit behind the door about the fact that they just keep losing and accruing assets a year away.
Yep.
Like
It's the New England school of rebuilding. Except they're tanking rather than still winning. But it's the acquiring draft picks and trading them for talent. And
the nice part about it is actually, I mean, Michael Carter Williams wasn't good enough anyway, but they managed to even get him out. I don't think Michael Carter Williams is a championship level player.
I do.
Do you?
I think he's a promising young talent.
Yeah, he's a good young player, but I don't think he's the type of person.
He's not going to turn into a Westbrook or a Harden or a Chris Paul or anyone like that. But
no,
I think he's the sort of player that any playoff team would want to have running the point.
Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe as a backup, but he's going to be paid much more handsomely than that in that time. I mean, they've got Nerlens Noel and Joel Embiid who are going to be pretty phenomenal.
That's your forward sorted for the next 15 years.
Oh, they're going to be formidable, and whoever they get in this draft will add to that.
Well, you get a Jahlil Okafor, and all of a sudden you've probably got the greatest young big three that you'll ever see.
Holy crap! Did you see him last night? Holy hell! Holy shit! What a player! But
what game that was last night?
That was Duke versus North Carolina.
It was overtime.
Oh wow! Anyway, we're getting way inside. Even those that follow basketball don't watch college basketball. Although we're rapidly approaching March, which is rather interesting as well. I should do that, Dan.
Yeah.
Right. See March Madness, a college basketball tournament that they have. Starts on a Thursday.
Right.
See if you can get yourself in front of a TV when March Madness is going on with a few beers.
BT Sport on it or ESPN over it.
It's ESPN over it. It's really entertaining. Even my wife would sit on a Thursday and it is just absolutely insane as it bounces from game to game to game to game to game as the things are going. It's really entertaining.
See, there's the whole thing with the brackets as well that people do. People try and guess the outcome of the entire tournament.
The president has a go at it as well.
And it's usually, after the first round of games, I reckon there's only over about 200 or 300 still actually, out of the thousands of millions of brackets that are in, there's only about 200 or 300 still in.
See, but you'll spot guys whose careers take off in the stratosphere start in March Madness. That's where they start making their name. I remember that's my first thing. Kemba Walker, Steph Curry's the one for Davidson that I remember a couple of years ago. That's where he first came to the thing. He knocked out Davidson, were kind of nothing team. They knocked out on a. Well, Steph Curry just got hot from the three, as he's done many years now. As he's doing now, and he just wiped loads of teams out for a nobody's school.
Yeah. You do get a few duds though that come through like that.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Fredette, Adam Morrison.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a few others.
All those guys that come through, but I don't know. But I think that's that. So, any movies? Anybody seen any movies this week?
I watched a hell of a lot of films when I was off.
Oh, that's right. You were saying, yeah.
I watched about 40 films in the space of a week and a bit. Yeah.
Holy shit! Well, give us some highlights, lowlights.
Highlights: Edge of Tomorrow.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's an incredible film. Pacific Rim.
I really like Pacific Rim.
It was proper cheesy, stupid, over the top action.
Plus, it's got Idris Elba in it.
It has, and he's fantastic in it as well.
He's fantastic. Have you seen Pacific Rim? Dan?
No, I haven't. No.
You should watch Pacific. Yeah, you should watch Pacific Rim. It's over the top and ridiculous and all those things that Rich just said, and very enjoyable.
Okay.
I tell you, the worst film I watched. I watched about 40 minutes of it and had to turn it off for just how bad it was. Star Wars Episode 1. I was watching it and the fighting in it is horrendous. There's lots of cuts of blatantly Liam Neeson holding a pose for half a second, doing a strike, resetting his pose, and then they'll cut away to something else happening. And it's all plastic and forced and horrendous. And there's no flow to it like some of the old films. fights that go on
Just
forever
forget
and
it,
ever,
yeah,
and they just flow into each other. These fights are so forced and plastic and horrible, and the acting's terrible. And I had to turn it off. It was that bad, and I don't remember it being that bad when I was younger and I watched it when it first came out.
It's hard to watch
I
because
think,
of
I think the excitement of it being a new Star Wars film, I think overrode it all when I was younger.
Mm.
And watching it again now, it's just, oh dear.
it's
What
really
did
hard
series?
to watch it in isolation. Now, knowing what you feel for the later movies, and then even 2 and 3 aren't bad.
Two is.
I don't mind 2. 2's
I see.
okay.
Three's my favourite out of the three of them.
3's very good. I really enjoyed that in the cinema at the time. Like,
Yep.
I really, really enjoyed it. I don't think it's as good as I remembered it, but I still think 2 is quite good as well. I have no real
Two.
hate for 2.
There's just nothing in it.
There's,
It didn't push the story along really.
but it does that. That's the bit that I liked about it. I liked
It doesn't
the fact
feel
that-
like it does though.
Yeah, but I mean, it was the subtext in it. So they were trying to bring Dooku down, who was actually the good guy. Really?
Sort your monitor, sort your camera out, Chris.
I thought it's quite funny watching his camera slowly move up. Up.
Yeah.
Hi. No,
Okay.
he was actually the good guy.
Hmm.
As it turned out, even though because he was fighting against the droid arm and all, but he was shut down as the bad guy and stuff. Like, I thought that bit was really interesting because I remember sitting in the cinema going, right, yeah, like
Probably it's surrounded by 2.5 hours of
that's true.
an arena fight and midichlorians and Samuel L. Jackson.
The bit that I really disliked about that whole thing was that the shoehorned the likes of Yoda and stuff in it. No, it really felt
Forced.
forced.
Yeah,
It really
excuse
did.
the
You know,
pun,
that
but-
they needed, they really tried their best to try and get people.
It was a bit too much fan service.
Yeah, hold it in there, but who knows? You seen any movies, Dan?
No.
I don't go movies, mate.
Popular culture, don't do that.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Dan.
Go on.
Like I say, I've been quite run down and sick, right? Basically, if I put a name on it, it'd be a sleeping sickness. All I've wanted to do is sleep.
Yeah.
What should I do apart from sleep? I mean, I can sleep in my life away, but I got to go to work next week. What can I take? What can I do?
You'll need to describe your symptoms a little bit better, Chris.
Right. Okay. So I mean, started last Thursday night. Friday it was very flu-y, like very run down, and I just couldn't lift my head. Kind of felt very weak at my feet. Normal man flu stuff. So I came home on Friday lunchtime and went straight to bed, and basically didn't get up out of bed until Sunday.
Yeah.
I was awake for a good portion of Saturday, but I slept basically till 12. Then was awake and then went to sleep. I'd say about 9 or so, and then slept through to Sunday morning. And from Sunday morning, I've just been I've been getting up, having a sleep during the day, going to bed at 7 o'clock, no energy, going to sleep, sleeping right through. That's till today.
Right, and have you felt better today?
Not really. No, I've just been felt dog tired all day. Every time I go and do something even minor, I come back exhausted.
What about your diet? Have you been eating, 3 meals a day?
Wasn't eating all week really. Even today, I'm forcing food down my neck. When I'm eating 1 square meal a day, and I'm forcing that. I get about
Right.
a couple of mouthfuls through, feel like I'm full, but I'm forcing myself to eat it. I've lost quite a bit of weight over the course of the week.
I don't think this is something that pharmacology could sort out. Exercise.
Right.
The first thing for something like this, where you just feel tired all the time, it would be get outside, get some fresh air, get some exercise, get plenty of food. You want to make sure that, and really does make a difference. Having those calories in will stop you getting tired during regular daily activities. There are no drugs that I'm going to recommend for you because
that's good.
you have no reason to take them.
I don't like taking drugs. This is good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, a little bit of exercise. If it's still just sort of feeling cold and flu, stay in bed if you can. But if you're feeling run down,
I just feel
what
tired. I don't even feel
Yeah.
free anymore. It's like it's not.
you may feel better by getting up, going outside, even if it's just a gentle walk. You want to mobilise your body's metabolism. You know that it really. You know, you get that phrase where you stay in bed all day and people say, "Oh God, it's so exhausting doing nothing." It really is because.
Yeah. You're not
You know,
doing
your
anything.
body does not using those calories. It's not
Mhm.
generating that energy. It starts to stop producing that energy. So just
Yeah.
don't wait until you feel like it. Get out. You know, do something. See if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes on for 3 weeks or so, go and see a doctor. But you know, do your best to eat properly and stay active.
Okay. Well, thanks, Dan.
No worries.
You man.
Cheers, Doctor.
On that note, that's what I'm doing for the next week. What are you doing for the next week? No big plans. Nobody got work to do. Nobody got dates to go on, or
No, nothing interesting really.
God damn.
Bit of Monster Hunter. Play some Xbox.
I gotta play Dota. I'm gonna play Xbox as well.
Get back into streaming again. That's the next big thing, I suppose.
Yeah,
We're getting ready to do
keep
it all
on
now,
making
so.
that, keep on making that promise to myself as well. I'm gonna get back and do a bit more streaming. But
Yeah, well, I've got my new project, but unfortunately it's on hold until the end of the current football season because the person I'm doing it with is stuck doing another podcast. So
right, okay.
once that's all done and we can get going in that, then I'll be streaming a lot more. So
Yeah, nice. And what about you, Dan? Any major plans? He's gonna finish this beer. He's gonna swallow this beer.
While I'm a bit,
all in one.
I've got a mandate tomorrow with Matthew for some Battlefield.
Ah, very nice.
Arthur might come along. You never know. He said he would update his Battlefield 4.
Like offer.
I mean, sorry, Rich, but Matt and I enjoyed Battlefield Hardline Beta
No.
so fucking
No.
much. I haven't pre-ordered it
No.
yet. But we had so much fun.
Well, I did point out to you it's 25 quid. So
You did, yes. I'm just going to wait until the reviews come in and see what happens.
Yeah. well, I was thinking actually that is something I did do in the week quickly. Was I reloaded Battlefield 4 on my PC?
Yeah.
Opened it up and had 60 battle packs to open because I haven't touched the game since the DLC came out. So I spent 20 minutes opening that.
Yeah.
Then tried to connect to a server but couldn't because Punkbuster hadn't updated. So I reinstalled Punkbuster, played half a round, which took about 2 minutes because the server reset, and then turned it off.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. You know, I mean, I always have a lot of fun. I have more fun playing Battlefield with Matt, particularly. It's always fun playing with Matt.
Yeah.
If anybody else
I'd get
wants to
back
come
into it
along,
more if I was
well,
playing with people I knew, so I might tag along with you guys tomorrow night. If I'm
yeah,
not free.
absolutely. Tomorrow night, Friday evening, I will be there. Matt will be there. Arthur, Rich, if you want to come along,
Probably.
come and find me, tweet me or some shit like that, and I'll let you know.
Cool. I'll shout abuse like I normally do.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I'll catch you guys in the next week or so.
Yes.
I'll see
you later.
Bye.
All right.